We are coming live from outside. Well, the university's down further, but this, for all intents and purposes and perspective, we're right here at this sign. This sign is at Taylor Avenue and Blake Avenue. Taylor Avenue and Blake Avenue. All right, Misty, it's still considered a crime scene. Yes. Oh, I think my... Must have just hooked up to the Wi-Fi. I'm going to be changing phones so I can use... Well, actually, I can use this phone because it's now hooked up to the Wi-Fi. Whew. Whew. But I got to be honest. And see, that's a shame, you know, like that doofus came through here to harass us. And all I've done is make law enforcement come up and down. Like we have law enforcement behind us, but he's got to stay stationed on that house. He can't really leave the property. That's his post. And so now they have other law enforcement that now has to come up and down here to make sure that the media is safe because of some crazy Yahoo on YouTube that wanted his 15 minutes of fame. Let me tell you something, babe. You ain't going to get your 15 minutes of fame, and I guarantee your channel is small as hell. Why? Because you're an idiot. That's why. I spit on you. Give me a break. Give me a break. Let's leave Mama 3. My daughter just freaked out the hell out over your pink scarf. She wants one. I don't know where I found this. You know where I found this? I found this at a thrift store. And if anybody knows me, my favorite color is blue. It's just been in the last year I've been getting more partial to pink. But my favorite, like my most favorite color in the whole world is electric metallic blue. It's the prettiest blue I've ever seen. Oh, I'm sure, Pebbles. I mean, you're talking about, and even though you guys got to remember, and I think a lot of people forget that even though Moscow is a smaller community, they're not doing this alone. They've got a lot of support from other law enforcement branches, like the corporal from the state police. You know, we see state police up and down these roads. The state police is the one that I have been seeing all around the campus and surrounding areas, that they are patrolling the hell out of this area. They are patrolling the hell out of this area. Like like that crazy crackpot that just came up here. We had at least 7 officers that came out here. And lickety split too. Before he even pulled away here, there was already 3 cops coming up. You can't do that. Come on. Like, seriously. When do grown men act like that? That's just... Anyways, I digress. That's why I figured they didn't get everything yet. No, guys. A lot of these things with these crime scenes is the fact that as they're processing this, there may be other questions that come up. You know, there may be other things that come up, and they're not disturbing this house. They've been having officers watch this house nonstop. Nightmare. I mean, we've never had problems like that. Bad for the residents out there in Savannah, Georgia, at least in the county district, and I don't know what else to say about that. You know, I'm thankful that the police chief Hadley finally got Leilani off the streets. I'm glad that they were, because the number one thing for me was making sure Quentin Simon was not in a landfill, that little 20-month-old baby's final resting place wasn't a flipping landfill. That's sick to me. So the number one thing was making sure that they got him out of the landfill. And despite some really ugly odds, they were able to find him, and they were able to put him to rest. Where a woman that can do that to her own child, monster, as this problem, with showing these students' faces on camera when they didn't ask for all of this. Thank you. We work very hard. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of people. I mean, we got other news organizations out here, but there's not too many people that literally stand in one week standing in 98-degree hot as hell summer, getting sunburnt, to the next week being in freaking snow, freezing their rumps off. Also, please don't forget to comment. Tell me your thoughts. We do speculate on here. We provide all the facts that law enforcement is giving out, but we allow you guys to take that information. You never know. Sometimes speculation turns into fact. And so I've never criticized healthy speculation, healthy theories. I'm just not into the conspiracy theories, okay? I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not going to start, subscribing to that or anything like that. We want it based upon factual information. And I think we can. Fair play to you. That guy was so aggressive. I noticed how he picked on you, a woman, totally out of order, especially in light of 3 women being, despicable person. Absolutely despicable. And the kind of language he talked about, that's okay. We saw it with our own eyes. And if anybody on this channel is subscribed to his channel and approves of that, screw you. If you guys have any moral compass, I would unsubscribe and unsubscribe immediately. Nobody should be supporting garbage like that. We don't do that to other people. Why do you think it's okay to do it to us? When have we ever creeped up, followed, cyber stalked, or harassed other YouTubers? We don't do that. We don't do that. As a matter of fact, out of all the hate that I've gotten over these years, what have I done? I don't even address it. Because I have to value and respect somebody to value their opinion. And these people have mental problems. They have drug problems. They do not represent Bullhorn Betty. They do not represent the Bullhorn Betty channel. And they do not represent Bullhorn Betty's moral compass. So they're despicable. Shame on them. But you know what? You get to see what is wrong with YouTube. And why we're here, and we're cleaning it up. We are cleaning it up, folks. Believe that. We are cleaning it up. It's just going to take some time. It took us a year to get to this point to be able to start putting some of this stuff into action, but we're here now, and that's what we plan on doing over the next year to 2 years, making sure that this stuff doesn't happen to other creators in the future, and we are going to be fighting for that. And if anybody knows anything about Bullhorn Betty, I don't stop when things get tough. I keep going. I persevere. If I have an obstacle, I go around that obstacle or over that obstacle. Nobody's going to stop what I do. Nobody's going to stop the passion that I have for these cases. Nobody's going to stop me from searching for a missing person. And nobody's going to shame me for whatever I do, because I know what I'm doing comes from the heart. I know it's legit, and it's the work that I do, that I'm passionate about, that I have a calling to do. And I will continue to do it because I have purpose. And my purpose isn't YouTube. It isn't fame. It isn't clicks and views. However, the work I do does acquire all of that. I am going to thaw out. Even though it's a lot warmer here, it's getting a little cold after 3 hours of standing in the snow.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism and commenting.